It's time for another net worth update. Hello wealth builders, and welcome back to another episode of The Bemused, where we are making sense of all things money for the bewildered and confused young adult. If you are new to this channel, my name is Akiva and I run this channel alongside my boyfriend Mishak. So we do our net worth updates on a quarterly basis right now, and since we are in a long distance relationship right now, unfortunately, most of the time I end up doing these by myself. So here we go. So let's start with our assets. As of the end of the second quarter, which is June 30th of 2019, we held collectively $57,783 worth of cash between the both of us. Now, we got a really good question on our last net worth update. One of our subscribers asked, why in the world do we hold so much cash? I'm actually surprised we didn't get that question sooner, but what my response was, and just to provide some more clarification for you guys, is that this includes our respective emergency funds. Of course, we have our own lives, our own bills, so we each have an emergency fund. Mine is about 6 months worth of expenses, for example. But on top of that, we also have our various sinking funds because we are saving toward a couple of really big goals. And so we are holding a significant amount of cash based on our balance sheet, it seems like a lot of cash, but that's why there's so much cash, is because we have various sinking funds for larger expenses and larger things that we are saving up for. For liquid investments and retirement plans, and these numbers are mostly our retirement accounts, we both have very small kind of side brokerage accounts that have a couple $100s in them, but I currently have almost $10,000 in investments right now, and Mishak has just over $6,000. So combined, we have just over $16,000 of investments. And like I said, most of that is in our respective retirement plans. My Roth 401k at work and his Roth 403b at work. Then we go down to personal property. So first we have my car that is worth $8,700 that is based on the private party sale value. So if I were to sell my car right now to another human being, not trading it into a dealership or anything like that, that's how much money that I could ask for my car. And that's assuming my car is in good condition, which it is. And then we have Mishak's car, which is a lot older than mine, and his car is worth $2,120. Then we have business and personal property. This is just a $500 hold that I always have on our balance sheet because I have, personal property, business property, things that I could sell if I was really in a pinch and needed to get some cash. Those are assets and things that I could realistically sell. So that brings our combined total assets to $85,169 this quarter. And later on in the video, we'll jump to a comparison to last quarter's net worth and see how much progress we're making. But first, let's jump down to our liabilities. For credit cards, I had $480 on all of my credit cards as of the end of June, and Mishak had over $2,800 on his credit cards as of the end of June. Now, it's worth emphasizing that these are not true credit card balances. Both of us do not carry credit card balances from month to month. This just happened to be what the balance was on that day. We do pay our credit cards off in full every month. So these, will be paid down when the bill is due. Then we have my car note, which is currently just under $4,000, which I'll talk about a little bit more when we get to the comparison side and why that is so exciting. Then lastly, we have the majority of our debt, which is our student loans. Right now, the balance on my student loans is $82,325, and Mishak's was $85,061 for a combined student loan debt of $167,386 for combined total liabilities of $174,642. So that leaves our bottom line net worth combined at just under negative $90,000. Now, at face value, that may look really bad, our net worth being very negative $90,000. However, let's jump over to the comparison slide so we'll see how much progress, or if we're making any progress in improving our net worth versus the last quarter. And in this video, I'm actually going to compare against the beginning of the year when we started doing these net worth updates. So let's take a look at what happened over the course of this quarter from the end of March to the end of June that affected both mine and Meshach's net worth. So firstly, I'm actually carrying a little bit less cash than I carried at the end of March, and that is because I've actually started to draw down on one of my sinking funds. So I took out, I think, about $2,500 from that sinking fund this quarter, but as you can see, my cash only decreased about $400. Which means that I still contributed enough to my savings to a point where it only had a net effect of negative $400. For liquid investments and retirement plans, the markets were really strong this quarter once again. And so that's mostly, like I said, my retirement plan. Of the $1,394 in my investments increased this quarter, about $1,000 of that was actual contributions, and the rest was market growth. So this is really like the practical way I'm able to see the markets at work. I'm able to see from quarter to quarter how much I contributed versus how much my account balance has grown. And say, hey, I actually, am making some money by doing this whole investing thing. For personal property, I decreased the value of my car about $260 this quarter. And like I said earlier, my business and personal property, I pretty much keep constant at $500. Now let's jump down to my liability section, and that's where things get a lot more interesting. Credit cards, we're not gonna worry about that because like I said, that's just kind of what the balance was on that day. It's just to get a more accurate net worth calculation. But in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter because we pay them off in full every single month. Where the most excitement is this quarter is that you will see that my car note has jumped down $2,680 this quarter, and that's because I was able to make payments of $2,800 over the past 3 months, which is really exciting and really awesome. As you guys might have heard me mention before, one of my goals this year was to pay off my car in full, and I am on track to do that. And so my car note decreased from $6,600 down to under $4,000. So we are almost there, you guys, and hopefully I will be able to reach my goal of paying off my car by the end of this year. And then student loans, like I mentioned in previous videos, my student loans right now, they don't really grow or shrink. They're kind of constant because the payments that I'm making are designed to only cover the interest. So you'll see that it appears that it grew a little bit over the quarter, but that's only because my payments are made on the first of every month. So literally the next day after this valuation, I would have made a payment of $383, which would have brought it right back down. So it kind of just stays where it is. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you know that right now my focus is paying off my higher interest rate debt, which is my car note. That's where I'm focusing all of my energy in terms of debt payments. And then once my car note is paid off, I'm going to put that attention, all the money that I'm throwing on my car note right now, back over to my student loans and start paying them down in order of highest interest rate down to the lowest. And so you'll see probably a lot more progress in that decreasing at the turn of the new year. So all in all, from March to June, my net worth increased $3,205, which is an increase of 7% for this quarter, which I am super happy about. Now for Meshach, the two most exciting things were, one, the amount of cash. His amount of cash increased $4,440 this quarter. So as you guys know, we've been saving a lot. He's been saving a lot, and so the cash reserves have increased by that amount. And then also with his 403b, mainly, like I said, the markets have been really good this quarter, and he's also been contributing a lot as well. And so his 403b increased by basically $1,670 for this quarter, which is also really, really great. So those are really the main two drivers of his increase in net worth this quarter. So his total net worth increase was $2,794, which is an increase of 6% for this quarter, which is also really amazing. So combined, we have both increased our net worths by almost $6,000, which is really great. And just for comparison, let's look at where we were at the beginning of 2019. As of December 31st, 2018, our combined net worths were almost negative $115,000. In March, we saw that number take a huge leap, and if you haven't seen our March net worth update, there were a lot of exciting changes and updates in that one, so go ahead and check that out. That'll be in the cards above. We increased our net worth to negative about $95,000. So in one quarter, we increased our net worth about $20,000. And then this quarter again, we've moved up from negative $95,000 up to about negative $90,000. So we've increased our net worth you know, $5,000 plus again this quarter. And so from the beginning of the year till now, we have increased our net worth about $25,000. So we are really excited about the progress that we've made so far, and we'll see what the rest of the year and the rest of the years to come have for us. How did your second quarter go for this year? Do you track your net worth? Let us know how you're doing in the comments below. As always, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below and we will get back to every single one of you guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next video.